What's going on, guys? Your boy Ski420 here. Welcome y'all back. Another episode of Day Zero. It is day 207, of course. We have got the powerful one, the immaculate one, the spiritual one, and of course, myself, the one. Are we doing well? Did we go to a No Kings protest?
I
Did we
did.
get
Well, I
right?
drove by.
Oh, okay. I drove by one as well. I was like, what the fuck are people doing? Like, there was like a ton of like old white folks standing out there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what are these old white folks doing? And I was like, and I came back home. I didn't realize what they were doing until I got back on TikTok later on that afternoon. And they were like, yeah, today was the No Kings protest. I'm like, word?
You tell these blue hair
Word?
crackers get the fuck out the street.
It's pretty wild how just white and old it is. It's all boomers and it's all white people. It's at least 75%, if not like higher, 90. I don't know, most of them. So you're like, okay, well now I know it's just CNN's demographic. It's literally just the people who watch CNN and that's it.
So, like I've said this recently. I don't remember who I was saying this to, but the problem people have is that fucking Trump is very overt about what he's doing and what's going on, whereas the previous establishment did everything 10 times more insidious. That was covert. So nobody fucking knew about it. So they're like, I fucking love Bill Clinton, right? And so it's really unbelievable because those people are the worst, most fucking authoritarian cunts that have ever been. The idea, okay, so I think it's like it's got to be unanimous on this. The single greatest authoritarian act ever taken by our fucking government was when Joe Biden tried to force everyone to get the fucking vaccine through OSHA. Like, go fucking fuck yourself to death. You like. I don't even know who to compare it to because I can't compare shit to the Nazis because they were the good guys, right? So
Stalin or
it's
something.
unbelievable. It's truly fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, like really, like that time was like the most authoritative time ever, and it was really put on you by all the blue folk. I mean, for the most part, like all the blue states were like, "Hell no, we're in here deep." You go ahead,
Well,
Charlie.
here's another thing.
Charlie.
Well, real quick, fucking Trump's previous 4 years was establishment. It's different from what he's doing now. He was the lock and step with those fucks the whole first 4 years. So he was establishment then. He was part of that group with Obama and all them. Sorry.
The irony is that if anybody was behaving like a king, it was Joe Biden. And they refuse to understand that, to recognize that as much as they want to hate Trump for all of his things, and there's plenty to choose from, their inability to recognize the failings of their guy makes it really hard to take them seriously with anything. If they're not willing to say, yeah, that was bullshit what Biden did, trying to force everybody to get vaccines. I never hear that. You hear, public health, safety, blah, 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 mistakes were made. No, fuck that. You're supposed to say that's gross too, but they won't do that. They won't do that.
Folks were happy when the police were actively coming by, and this is one of the reasons why. And it's no offense to anybody out there who does the church thing, and I've been to church. My dad's passed. I understand all that, but the church folks were the first ones to fold the fuck up. They shut down shop real quick. Praise God. You know what I'm saying? God will keep me. It's just like, where's your faith at? Faith went right out the fucking window when somebody told you were gonna get the sniffles. You had no more faith. You were ready to shut your shit down the minute the government told you what to do. So when folks are like, "Oh, what would I have done years ago? Would I have been there with Jesus?" No, you'd have been in the crowd talking about put his ass up there because I don't want to be up there. That'd have been y'all. All right. The ones who were down for it was, I remember the one guy in Canada. That nigga was getting arrested weekly.
Yeah.
They was busting right up in this church and dragging him out weekly.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I'm going back. I'm going back to it. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. The minute y'all let me out, because it's bullshit, I'll be right back there. And so he's OG. He said, but I believe you got that faith. You know what I'm saying? How can I not? Because he's like, I'm standing on business here. You can go ahead, Lindsay.
Oh, they never, like, Christians don't believe anything in their religion. Most Christians have no idea. If you're like, hey, what about those giants in the fucking Bible? They're like, oh, I mean, like, that part, like, we don't really talk about the giants. And, like, you know, you're like, all right, well, what about the fucking demons? They're like, well, we just don't, it's not very, like, people friendly. We don't want to scare people off. And I'm like, and then this shit, you're like, you should be the number one force for not shutting down is the fucking church. You should be like, I'm free to practice my religion no matter what the fuck. And that was what we fucking fought and died for in this country, supposedly. So if you're a patriot and you're a Christian, that should be your number one thing. And then they were, like you said, the first to fucking fold. But all leftists are authoritarians at heart. That's why they're okay with killing you, shooting you, fucking shoving you, taking your shit, shoving their signs in your face, like screaming at you. Because if you don't do what they want, they feel totally entitled to use force against you. And that's why they're communists. That's why the communist revolution is like, we're going to take over violently, and then we're going to force people into re-education camps if they don't believe us and believe what we say. They're inherently violent. You can't convince me otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I wouldn't try.
It's real simple. Anybody left of Hitler is a fucking communist.
Essentially, yeah.
So that's all there is to it. So I mean, obviously there was this was a nationwide deal, which I didn't realize the No Kings protest was going to be a nationwide deal. Like I said, I didn't really hear much about it. It's probably because I'm not in the circle to hear about it. Like I'm pretty sure you have to be in a particular circle. You know, I was going to the gym. I was going to play basketball, and I said, "The fuck is all these people doing standing around with these signs?" I'm like, it's weird today. Like I've seen people out in my town before, and it's been sparse standing out there with signs and stuff. I think I told everybody about this one where the lady was standing out there with her 6-year-old daughter talking about if you vote for a rapist, you should expect to get fucked. I was like, ma'am, I mean, your daughter right out here with you. I mean, and you're out here right on the corner where you can get ran the fuck over. What about protecting your child from all this nonsense? Why you got your child out here with this? You know,
Gross.
putting them in danger. They don't even know what the fuck's going on. Now that child's probably going to turn out. It's going to be a sad story for them. I mean, you can kind of see stuff early on. Every once in a while, people can break the mold. I say Lindsey was one of the ones that broke the mold from your communist days. But most people, they just follow the ways of their parents, whatever ways those are. It just is what it is, whatever they got taught early. So we had I seen some interviews. I don't know if y'all seen this, where people were out there asking people on the street. It's like, okay, you know, what has Trump done that's authoritative? And they were like, the one woman was just sitting there stuttering. I was like, it was like, well, what do you like? What do you not like that Trump's done? And she's just like,
They don't know.
maybe I shouldn't be doing this interview. I was just like,
They don't know.
you
Maybe you
standing
shouldn't
out
be
here with the
protest.
sign.
Oh my God.
These are NPCs. These are NPCs who are being activated on a subliminal level and are being told to get out in the streets and do this. And you ask them one question and they go completely to pieces.
Yeah. They don't even
Yeah,
know.
they should have something, Charlie. They should
Trump's a
have something.
fascist. I don't want to live in a fascist dictatorship. Fascism. What is the definition of fascism? Donald Trump.
the
No.
Batman does
What is the
things.
actual definition of fascism? Give me an answer. There is an answer. They will never give you an answer because they don't know. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. This is the most frustrating part about it. Is that it's not just that they're ignorant, it's that they're proud of it. It's that they have no concept of history. They don't know what happens to the brown shirts. They don't know that they get put up against the wall, as Bezmenov said. They don't know this. And you kind of don't even want to tell them. You know what I mean? Because like, fuck them. You go figure it out on your own. Because, you know, when the revolution comes and then the new guys in there, they don't have room for people like you. You're now you went from an asset to a liability once the new guy took control. So you go up against the wall. And that's how you get sorted out. And you can look at just about every regime in history that's come up and how they've used that. Brown shirts, prime example.
It reminds me of there's that video during BLM. I don't know who it is, but he's like in his house and he's like, oh yeah, cool. Like the riots or the, marchers or the protests or whatever. And then like a brick comes through his window and he's like, no, I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
I do. I do.
They don't give a shit who you are.
That. See, they don't understand that. They don't understand that these people are human piranhas, that they don't know what they're eating. They're just going to eat anything, right? And they're just mindless. They're following the herd. They're reacting. They're ready, fire, aim. You know what I mean? They're all injected with spike proteins and SSRIs and fentanyl and retardation or whatever, definitely fluoride. So it's, what are you going to do? You can't reason with them. I mean, I think we've figured this out. You can find totally rational people and not be able to reason with them. You certainly can't reason with leftists. So there's
one of the number one things you can say to them that's so simple is you can say Obama deported more people, because 100% of them adored Obama. Obama can do no wrong. So you're like, he deported more people faster, quicker, whatever. And they're like, well, I mean, that was just different because, and they'll just make something up. It doesn't even have to do with reality. Like, it's just whatever they say.
It's so true, because that's one of those things that you go, well, listen, it's all about media coverage, because the media can make Donald Trump's 300,000 into a huge deal while completely suppressing the 3 million that Obama deported.
Million.
and which, like I think, God, I know this is asking for a lot, but can we get some consistency?
No.
You know what I mean? Like a
Charlie,
little bit of
difficult.
Just a little bit of ideological consistency. Like, if it's okay when Obama does it, it should be okay when Trump does it. And I'm not saying it is okay. I'm just saying if you're not going to make a big deal about it when Obama deports 10 times as many, why are you making a big deal about it when it's Trump? Is it just because it's Trump and you hate Trump? Just admit that then. Just say that it's because you hate Trump and that's the reason. Because you didn't say jack shit about it when Obama was quietly deporting 10 times as many. Where were you then? Where was this outrage about the poor people that we have to stand up for them and where the fuck were you then? You were silent, of course, because you didn't know about it, probably. Because the media didn't talk about it. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that weird? Why is it a problem now when it was 10 times bigger before? But now it's a big problem. Now it's the biggest problem in the world. But before, when it was 10 times larger, crickets? Fuck out of here with this. Why can't people understand that? Or they're just NPCs, right?
Well, I think they're too stupid to even recognize anything policy related. I think this all 100% comes down to they just think he's crass, which for me, that means that the turning point for Trump was grab him by the pussy. That was when he lost them permanently. Yeah. Grab him by the pussy. No, fuck them up forever.
He's awful. And you can hate him for that. But like, there was not Obama derangement syndrome. You know what I mean? I think white people were too afraid to be like even the slightest bit critical for looking like they were racist, right? But with Trump, it's like, it's allowed. It's allowed on social media. It's allowed in mainstream media. They're allowed to just blatantly lie about him and do all this stuff. Like, there's clearly a double standard. And again, I have no fucking energy towards Trump one way or the other. I think he's a scumbag. But the fact that he gets treated one way and Biden gets treated another way by the media is it's cartoonish.
I keep saying, like, I keep being pissed off that I feel like I have to defend Trump because I'm not like a Trump supporter or Trump, apologist, but I also have had to realize, like, I'm not defending Trump. I'm just defending reality. Like, there just are things that are true and I'm just like going to defend them. And if that makes me look like a Trump supporter, that makes you look stupid. Like, if that's your takeaway from the things I say, it's just the fact that you can't actually think well. And so that sucks for you, right? Like, I'm gonna keep saying the shit I say and not worry about if I'm fucking defending Trump or not. I'm not. But I do love his crassness, actually. It's like one of my favorite things about him. And I love that he posted this fucking thing where he's like flying, he's got like a fucking crown on, and he's like dumping shit all over the protesters. And I'm sure I would have hated that in my past life as a
Oh my
communist
God.
and been like, what an awful dictator piece of shit or whatever. But I just laugh because I know how bad it's going to bother them. And I know how they're going to like
Totally.
hold on to it forever and like cry at night and like rock themselves into like submission, you know, like I know it's going to just rip them apart, and it makes
He's
me
got
laugh.
way better memes than Stalin did.
Yeah.
The leftist screaming after Trump won the first time around, who's on her knees screaming with the knit hat, that just showed like the power of memes. I mean, it just you couldn't. It was $1 billion free advertising campaign for leftists being lunatics that was just gifted to the universe. Didn't cost a thing. It just was one of those things that you saw it and you instantly connected it to, like, you just could go a million different directions. Like this, she's going to have 4 years of this, which now has turned into 8 years of it. Will turn into 8 years of it.
That's awesome.
But the thing is, the thing with Trump is that he feeds off of this negativity towards him. And you can tell because he doubles and triples down. He fucking loves it. Like, that's why he does it. That's why he gets up there and says crazy shit. That's why he gets up there and takes credit for shit when he didn't really do it. Like, he really didn't have anything to do with it at all. Because he loves that folks hate him.
Have you ever tried to?
Because he's just that publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Cube, have you ever tried to argue with a really angry woman, a really crazy angry woman?
You got to remember what I do. I talk to people every day about their cars and repairs. So yes,
over
most
and
definitely
over again.
Yeah,
it's tough to defend against. Trump's personality is very tough. See, leftists don't have a sense of humor, which is a huge Achilles heel, right? So they can't meme, they don't understand nuance or jokes and things like that. So they're really susceptible to getting dunked on. Trump is the ultimate bully, senior, jock, stuffing nerds in lockers, calling people faggots, all of that. He's that guy that is so hated by anybody that has ever been like picked on, right? It's like the perfect David and Goliath. And they pitch themselves, the left pitch themselves as handicapped, mentally ill, anxiety ridden. Like they celebrate all of their flaws and weaknesses and infirmities and all of this shit, like a victimization decathlon. Like they're trying to impress their friends with how high up the social ladder they are because their life is just they have all these things working against them. And Trump doesn't give a fuck about that and just stomps those people. You have to appreciate how great that is to be living and watching this. And I think that's part of why these leftists just lose their shit. They can't name one thing. Well, I guess besides ICE. We'll take ICE out of it.
Well, they say Roe v. Wade as well, which he didn't have shit to do with that. That was the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
But they blame it on Trump. They said,
well, of course. All right. Well, we can't expect them to be. We can't expect them to be
they don't understand.
reasonable or educated on the topics, of course. So I guess you could just pick whatever topic you want out of your ass because then just blame it on Trump. But he's been super ineffective, I think. I don't know what rights has he taken away from the gay community? List them for me, please.
He has been ineffective.
He's the first openly pro-LGBT or LGB president we've ever had, literally. And nobody gives a fuck about that. They're just like, no, he hates trans people, and so we hate him. And I'm like, but no other president was openly pro lesbian and gay people ever.
We probably hates trans people now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think we all kind of do a little bit. I
We
mean,
have
not for
fatigue.
nothing, but like I didn't have any energy one way or the other when it all kind of started. But after watching all of this and being forced to kind of bend my worldview to suit their mental illness, it's like, no, you guys can fuck off. I'm not playing this game. I'm
We have
not an
leftist
ally.
fatigue and trans fatigue.
Yeah, but
Totally.
here's
You
the
guys are
issue
a
though.
protected
That, like,
class complaining about how
Mhm.
persecuted you are. Like,
right, but here's the
we're done
issue
with
though.
it.
Yeah,
Camps.
here's the issue. The LGBT, whatever the fuck, like your gal that you wanted, she straight up put in her book that Pete Buttigieg was a little bit too gay to be VP.
Hey,
He's just a touch too gay.
The most
Like
honest
he
thing
sucks
she's
real
ever
dick.
said
Like
in
he
her
sucks a
life.
real dick. Yeah.
most
like
honest
he
thing
actually
ever.
sucks dick. So it's like,
And,
I mean,
and that's a political calculation that, frankly, she had to make. I think. I mean, she
Isn't
went
he
ahead.
fake gay?
She went ahead and
I
picked
thought he was fake
another
gay.
gay guy.
I thought it's coming out as fake gay. We got to Google this. Is Pete Buttigieg fake gay? Is he fake gay?
Oh, okay.
That was one of the
That
stories
was
about him.
There was some talk of that for a little.
Is that his CIA? Is that his CIA cover story that he's a
No,
that he's a
they get-
homosexual man,
Yeah.
and that
That's what he has to
actually
play it
he's
out.
actually he's not?
They had
Actually,
that
he'll just
surrogate.
sell
What
his soul for
they
what
had
do we
anything.
think
they had
Pete
the-
Buttigieg is actually into?
Yeah, they had surrogate baby or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
And then he
Which
fed it
one's-
with a chest feeder thing because he's a fucking
Nigga's
evil
weird.
fuck. People
Nigga,
who do
you
that
weird.
should be killed.
Oh yeah,
Allegedly.
The cosplaying as mothers. You need to examine their hard drive immediately.
You
Separate
are a
them
man
from their
and you want
partner.
a
Ask them a
baby
line
to
of questions.
suck on your chest. You're a pedophile. The end. And pedophiles
So-
I
should be
remember
killed,
there was
allegedly.
Oh, you go ahead, Corey. You go ahead, Corey.
So Tucker Carlson alleged on his show last year that this is what he says. He's supposedly gay, and now he's transportation secretary. And I had one of my producers who's gay, and he goes, "He's not gay." Carlson
That's
said.
it.
He continued. I was like, "Are you serious?" He goes, "No, that's complete bullshit. All gays keep very close track of that stuff."
There's like an underground highway, underground railroad of gayness where you
Well, and
can
it was-
just like.
I guess they keep
Tell?
track of who's gay and who's not. And so
And it
they're
was like
constantly not.
supposedly, they were going to sell it to the leftists. Like, here's a gay guy. Now you can vote for this gay guy. Like, it doesn't matter to them what policies are, right? They just care if you're like gay or trans
What
or
a
black.
shitty
or
assignment from the
Somali.
CIA.
It's identity
'cause
politics.
He's
Mhm.
he's CIA McKinsey Pete, and he's a straight guy, gets assigned to be gay. Now he's got to go live as a gay man. That's
Just
kind of
be
funny.
Oh,
That's
fuck
kind of
no.
a funny
Kids.
assignment. He's like,
Fuck no,
I
listen,
would
that's-
not
that's-
put that past them. Do not put
No,
that
but that's
past
one of
them
the
at
things.
all.
That's one of the things I
Believable.
never understood. Like actors. Like
is
if,
his
like
boy,
I'm
husband
not gay. So
is his husband gay?
he may be. I mean,
Yeah,
Might have
kiss
come out of
you.
central casting.
Aren't you gay?
allegedly.
Lifetime
Yeah.
actor.
If you kiss a dude, you gay. If you kiss a
Right.
dude on the mouth, you gay as fuck. All
You
right,
can
this is all
promote
there is to it, and it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's okay, man.
I'm
Look,
with you.
You do you. You do you. But here's what I ain't never understood. Like it's like actors. Like
it's a pathway to it, at least. I don't know. At the
yeah,
very least.
gateway drug. Hey, gateway drug. You start
Yeah.
smooching with dudes, next thing you know, you be sucking a dick and
Yeah.
one being ass. It's just that's the way it ends up, man. It's just
Yeah,
a
I think
slippery
it's-
slope.
I
Hopefully,
yeah.
because if it's not, you're gonna have some tearing. Okay.
Well, I dated a person who told me this, right? They were like, yeah, so I can't remember how it came out, but it was so random. And they're like, yeah, when I like kissed so I was like, wait, you kissed who? There's like their male friend. And I was like, you kissed your male
No,
friend?
you didn't.
Like, yeah, it's just like what everyone does, And I'm like, I don't think that's what everyone does. And then I
Women kiss
couldn't-
their friends,
And
not
it's not
dudes.
even my fault. I was just like not attracted to you now. Even if you're just bi, I'm just like, there's something that you just lost all your masculinity to me.
Right.
So now I can't date you anymore, dude. Sorry. Not sorry.
Yeah, straight women are turned. As a straight woman, I've heard this a lot. If they find out that the dude took dick at some point in time or kissed on dudes, like that automatically shuts it down.
It's like you're not a man now.
Yeah.
It's like,
It is. And
like,
so
it
I'm like,
just-
my heart isn't in it anymore. Like,
yeah, but I understand it like with the
It's
actors.
such a
Like,
double standard. because the guy
It
is
is.
like, oh, the guy's like, oh shit, well,
It's
you
like,
did
"Hey,
that in the
cool."
past, or you want to go get another chick? Let's go to Vegas.
Right.
Yeah,
I hope
but
you want to make
that's
out with
all
your friend.
all in theory, though. That's all in theory. In practice and
What do
action,
you mean? It's all in
whenever it comes
theory.
time, yeah, when
I've
it
been
comes
to
time, and now you got two chicks you trying to please. I ain't got enough dick for two chicks. Look, that's the risk to it. There's too much
It's
going
fair.
on.
You should have come to
But it's
Vegas
like,
with me during my bartending days.
oh fuck no. But look, man, they be sitting there like, man, don't you want two chicks? No, dog. I ain't looking to try to last all that long. You know what I'm saying? I need to have enough for both.
Need a
And then I
break.
just don't know if I'm gonna have enough. But it's like when I see actors, they go and then they do a role where they're gay, like as dudes. I'm just like, but you're not gay though. But they're gonna have you kiss this dude. I'm like, I don't even see how you do that. Like I'd pass the role. They'd be like, all right, you got a role for you. Great role. We're gonna pay you $3 million. It's okay, good role. You're a fag. I'm like, there ain't no other role I can take. I'll take less money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll still be in the movie. I'll take less money to do a lesser role. Like I don't want to be touching on no dude. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, that's
So
a calculation I think some actors have to honestly make.
that's what I'm
Like
saying. So for Pete Buttigieg, what was his calculation when the CIA told him, say, hey man,
power,
you
money,
going to have to be a little gay, man.
Yeah,
children.
you want to be, I don't know.
Well, it's funny because I
This
say
is
that
alleged.
about
This
the
is all alleged.
I
Yeah.
say it about the lone gunman people, the Oswald did it people. Like they got that assignment when they were fresh cut CIA agents, and now they're fucked for life with that thing. So the CIA, they don't give a fuck.
Right. I always think about that though. I'm like, you again, in every movie and every movement, like all the people who are expendable are expended eventually. So like if you're but I think people have this illusion that they're gonna like climb to the top and they're gonna be the most powerful one and now they're not expendable or something. Like I don't think that exists in the CIA. Like, I don't know.
You know, I watched yesterday. I actually watched The Good Shepherd. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and this kind of I was reminded of it because there's a scene in the beginning where he wears the dress. He's in Skull and Bone. He's getting inducted into Skull and Bones, and they're doing like a stage production, and he's got like the dress and makeup on, and he's playing the woman that they're all like swooning over, you know. And I wondered if for Matt Damon was that his turn to wear the dress, you know,
Oh,
like they
like that
tried to
was
do
his
to Dave,
actual.
Mm.
like yeah, like because like they tried to do with Dave Chappelle, and he's like, "Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself. I'm not wearing the dress." Right? Like I
Yeah.
wondered if that was his ritual
His
fulfilling
humiliation
itself
ritual.
in a movie about Skull and Bones and CIA, which I thought was double ironic.
Very interesting. I just watched
Very
all the
good
Bourne
movie.
movies
Oh, you did?
for the
Those are
first time.
fun.
Yeah. They're pretty good.
They like say if you like shit blowing up and people jumping through windows and stuff, like it's
Yeah.
cool. You know?
Yeah. Like it's easy to watch.
Yeah, Good Shepherd was really good. It's very you could tell that they took, if you know the CIA, they can tell who they wrapped up into certain characters. You know what I mean? They wrapped up like Dulles and Angleton and Wisner all into the main character, pretty much is what they did.
Did you, Cory, see the Russian release? Does it matter? Is it cool?
Okay. So I've got it. I got a translation. I did the first section on my podcast on Friday. And so at the end of the day, no, it doesn't get us shit.
Okay.
But
it's all just Oswald shit from when he was in Russia?
It's a lot of administrative stuff and like what their reaction was and what they were doing. And like so Kennedy gets killed and they're like, oh my God, they didn't think for a split second at first that they would be considered suspects at all, right? And so they were preparing to like go to the US and take part in the funeral and like all the stuff a state would do. And then it comes out like 2 hours later that Oswald's the guy and he spent time in the Soviet Union, and instantly they're like they knew the fix was in, you know, they knew it. And so in as far as the Oswald directly stuff, and I've already seen Gerald Posner, the fucking lone gun dickhead, who he's totally irrelevant, 100% CIA. He already jumped on the one thing that I caught in the documents that was of utmost importance. And that is a letter sent to the Russians in Moscow from Oswald, November 9th, 1963. that he had written them several times before, and we know it's one of the real Oswalds because the handwriting matches and his situation matches, and it's pretty obvious it's really him. This letter that's sent on the 9th was typed, which none of the other ones were typed. They were all handwritten. The writing style they looked at and they didn't think it was his. He said things crazy, like when he went to Mexico City to try to get the visas, he says in the letter that he wrote them that he couldn't stay any longer because if he did, he'd have to give them his real name. And so that I could tell you, they didn't specify, but I can tell you that they thought that line was a provocation, right? That was leading a trail to them, set up weeks before the assassination. So they make it a point to call bullshit on that letter, which is great. Okay. And they're being honest. They're being truthful. They're not fucking, it's not some, see, Posner came out and said that it was a fucking KGB psyop and they fabricated this letter. That's the excuse that the lone gunman people are sticking to, which is so stupid. It's obvious that the letter was a fake. The Russians are calling it out and they let us know in this document, which is weird because the rest of the stuff is mostly not directly connected to the assassination or even their investigation into Oswald. The whole section on Oswald and his stay in the Soviet Union is 24 pages out of 350. And out of 350, we know for fact they put him in a fucking apartment that they bugged and had 24-hour-a-day transcripts of this motherfucker for years. Where's that?
Yeah.
Where's that? But they gave us 350 pages and we're supposed to be happy with that. No, it's a fucking... Okay, let me explain something. All the document releases, the whole investigative committee or whatever the fuck is a big circle jerk. Okay? They're working with Jefferson Morley, who's clearly a spook. So here's what the law says. There's 2 laws that have been passed, the 1992 JFK Records Act, and there was another law passed after the HSCA in the 70s to ensure that those records got released. And what the law says is that as documents get released publicly, the first place they have to go is the National Archives and to be put on their, and now in the modern era, put on their website. Okay. But that's not what's happening. The committee is getting documents from FBI, CIA, fucking whomever, and they're handing them directly to Jefferson Morley, who is then putting them up on a fucking paywalled website, JFK Facts, and the Mary Farrell website, which is a fucking CIA cutout. It's a CIA cutout. When you understand document database structures and what they offer, it's bullshit. Their database sucks. Okay. It's clearly a CIA cutout. Buck Farrell, who was married to Mary Farrell, who its site's named after, was a longtime CIA agent connected to MK Ultra. They won't even release his fucking files at all, period, under any FOIAs. They've been rejected. So that's what's going on. The CIA is spoon feeding the public nothing, and then they're paywalling it behind a fucking private company website.
Do you remember?
It's against the
Cory,
law. What?
Do you remember when we did the Union of the Unwanted like a year ago on JFK, and Jeff Morley was on there, and he said that you were on there with us, right? Or did you drop off?
Nope, I was there.
He said at the very, very end, he was like, made a comment about how he had, just gotten his last round of boosters. And Don Jeffries and I were like, wait, what? You got the vaccines? He's like, yeah, what are you talking about? We're like,
this guy's been studying Kennedy.
And he's like, how come you're distrustful of the government, but you trust Big Pharma? He's like, yeah, they're safe and effective, trusted and approved and everything. And Don and I are like, hey, you need to not take any more of those, Jeff. Like, you don't, like, that line of thinking about how the government is awful and that you shouldn't trust them. It's Big Pharma as well. Like, it's the same government. So just... He was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. But Don and I tried to like talk some sense into him. Nothing. And then like a month ago, my wife had CBS Sunday Morning on, and they did a thing on JFK. And the person they interviewed was Jefferson Morley. I was walking by the TV. I go, I had that guy on my podcast. Mm-hmm. She's like, well, really? I'm like, yeah, he took all the vaccines. She's like, he did? I was like, yeah.
I'm like, so in going through this, I know the entire Kennedy research world, and the king of the king moron has always been James DiEugenio, who wrote the JFK movie and all, and all Oliver Stone shit. That guy is like an encyclopedia of data, but he fucking couldn't connect a single goddamn dot if you had a gun to his fucking head. Okay, he's so stupid, it's unfucking real. I don't know how you can understand. Your brain can hold so much data, and you just don't know how to collate it. Like, I mean, what the fuck? But he was always the gatekeeper of note on all the regular forums and whatnot, and the first person to shit on everyone else's new ideas. But then that became Jefferson Morley, and I guess DiEugenio got cut out of that loop to a certain degree as well, because the CIA needs to control the narrative.
I'd never met him before. Ricky invited him, and then Ricky wasn't even on the call. So I met him that night for the first time. But
you will find him in JFK related stuff going back to like 1985. For 40 fucking years. 40 years. Okay. If you've been doing anything for 40 years and you can't explain it, you're an idiot. Okay. If you've been working on engines for 40 years and you can't tell me how a car works, you're a fucking idiot. Okay. Like, that's if you've been doing Kennedy for 40 years and you're as dumb as Jefferson Morley, you are either the worst researcher of all time or you work for the fucking government. There's no fucking in between here. Oh, secret society. He went to so he went to Yale, then he worked for the Washington Post, and then Salon, and then Mary Farrell. The guy's a spook. So fuck.
Yeah.
And I don't think they can sue you for calling someone a spook, because that's like you're gonna get
just say
sued for calling
allegedly.
someone working for
It's
the
alleged.
government.
He's alleged.
Bureaus
He
work for the
might be
government.
he's got
spook
the
adjacent.
background of somebody
He's
who would be
spook
working for the
adjacent.
government.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, and here's the thing. I've had conversations with the guy, like, where you can tell he's not responding to your question at all. You know, you're talking to him and he's giving you an answer that's like ignoring what you're saying to him. I've sent him the pictures of David Ferry and his guys in Dealey Plaza, the pictures of Valenti on the side of the Secret Service car. He's seen all this stuff. I confronted him on that show with that fucking screenshot on that fucking podcast. And he's like, well, we could talk about that another time or something along those lines. He totally just deflected it. They don't want to talk about like that guy could probably not even hold a conversation with me if it got down to details. And it's just the most frustrating thing in the world that as soon as you realize that the gatekeepers are truly squashing all new, like all these idiots, none of these fucking researchers are still talking about anything out of my book. None of them.
Okay, can I ask you, have you ever considered getting into RFK research?
That one's too, I don't want to deal with it. It's too easy. It's the same people. It's the mob based in LA, which makes it super easy. He was shot by Stain Eugene fucking Caesar. I mean, from behind. It's not that fucking hard. And so, no, it's not interesting at all. Martin Luther King I might get to one day, because I'm convinced Jack Valenti shot Martin Luther King. I can't prove it, but I'm confident I will be able to. The relationships and locations and weird coincidences are all in place to set Jack Valenti up as that shooter. So, but one day I'll probably get to that. But I got like at least 3 or 4 years of work on my plate. So, and I got to write How the Jews Killed Kennedy one of these fucking days. I keep getting asked, when are you going to write that book?
It's a great
Is that going to be the title of it? Because
Yeah.
I have a feeling Amazon might have thoughts.
Yeah,
What if you say
may or may not work out?
They air quotes killed Kennedy.
What if you say crypto Jews? Does that cover you? They okay with that?
Jeez.
And they think you're talking about Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah. Crypto Jews.
Yeah, how is he doing? He's in minimum
Hopefully
security.
getting raped in
He's over there
prison.
with Diddy.
Yeah,
No,
he
I
was
think he's
with
over there
Diddy.
with Diddy.
Yeah.
So, you know something,
The
like
thing
there's
is
been
with
a couple
Diddy.
articles popped
That's
up
his soulmate.
recently questioning how involved his parents were, because his parents ended up fucking funneling like $100 million of that money. His parents were like legitimate business people who didn't have their heads up their ass. And
One was a
Sam
professor.
Bankman-Fried's Sam Bankman-Fried's not a moron. I mean, he's a moron. He's a total moron. And so the idea that he's
a retard for sure. And
he's
he
a
was on
retard,
pills.
yeah.
He was on pills big time.
So the idea that he put all that together is stupid. Like, these people are manufactured at some higher level by people who have money and no personality, and that's why they get people like Sam Bankman-Fried involved.
Well,
Dude,
his
like that
dad
is
came out of
crazy, though.
Stanford, correct? His dad
That
came
I
out of
don't know,
Stanford.
but I thought both his parents were Ivy League, like, quality level people, you know, if you want to use that term.
I don't know, like
Those are high ups.
speaking of rich technological people, Sam Altman, I don't know how old it was, but like I just for some reason came across Tucker Carlson talking to him about the murder of that guy. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's fucking awesome. He's like, "Are you accusing me of murdering him?" And he's like, "Oh no, but I mean, of course he's obviously murdered." Like he's like, "Do you think it's a suicide?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "How could you think it was a suicide?" Like it's pretty good. I don't remember the guy's
It's like,
name.
well, that's what they said it was. Isn't
Yeah.
that what I'm supposed to go off of?
But there's just like
They
blood
said it was
drug
a
all throughout
suicide,
the
so this.
apartment. And this is not the guy who was like shoved into a bag and left in the bathtub, right? That's a different techno guy. That guy they said killed himself too, though. They're like, he turned the heat up to like 140 in the house, shoved himself into a bag, zipped it from the inside, and then sat in his bathtub until he died inside the bag. I'm like, that's not even realistic. Like, you guys are so stupid.
If I'm
Why do
going to
people
kill
believe this shit?
myself,
Yeah,
that's going to
excruciating
be
death.
pretty close to at the bottom of the list.
Like the
Along
last,
with like how David Carradine went out in a rubber bondage suit hanging in some closet by my
oh
neck
Jesus,
or my balls, even worse.
oh
That's
man,
what I'm saying. It's like, hold on a second. It's like if we. That's why I say some people like they kind of want attention because there's a simple way to do this. All right, shotgun in the mouth, pull the trigger.
Oh God.
pretty effective.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
Whatever,
nothing.
whatever.
Don't do
Somebody's
this at
gonna
home.
clean you up.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's just like
Somebody's gonna
it's
clean
gonna
you
be
up, man.
instantaneous.
It's
Like,
not always instantaneous. I seen
Oh,
a guy who
God.
shot himself
Oh,
and he didn't die for like 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
He was alive
that's got to
when
be
we
like
got
the
there.
worst
that's
thing in the
because he
world.
he didn't know what he was
He
doing.
used bird
Man.
shot.
Like you got
he
to
used them little pet them. They used bird shot.
Oh yeah.
bird shot.
I also don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, you don't use bird shot. You need to just massive damage. Something that's going to leave a big hole.
You need
You
to
know,
eat
so then
poison
that'll
and
be it.
shoot yourself from the top of a bridge
There you
Yeah.
go. Triple
all at the same
sure.
time.
Yeah, well,
No
I mean,
holes.
the mysterious suicides. I think the Clintons know a little bit about that, don't they?
Oh my God, the
Mysterious deaths
list,
around
the
there.
list of their suicide
People they know.
Yeah.
deaths. Yeah. It's crazy. What is it up to? Like 80 people or so? It's insane.
That's a
Dude, and
lot.
the
Do we have
best is
this?
Norm
Can we?
MacDonald on The View or something.
Oh
Or whatever.
yeah.
He's like, and he's like, yeah, Bill Clinton killed a guy. And they're like, no, no, no. And they like have to shut him down. He's like, you didn't know? He killed a guy? Yeah, he killed a guy. It's pretty rad.
he was the best.
He was the best.
What was Bill Clinton's? Where did he go to college and stuff? He wasn't an Ivy
Oh,
Leaguer,
he was a
he?
Rhodes Scholar. So he went to Oxford to learn how to subvert the American empire from the inside on behalf of the British.
Ooh.
He's a double agent, probably a triple
And
agent at this point. Who knows?
Okay.
And at one point, the largest cocaine importer in the world.
I just wonder at what point did he catch someone's attention to go from? He wasn't from Arkansas, was he?
yeah, he was, I think.
Yeah.
Was he from there? He was actually from there, not
I
like
don't
born
know.
and raised in Upper Manhattan and moved to Arkansas.
No,
in his
no.
college
He
years?
was
They celebrate him
identified
like he's from
young
there.
as being a psychopath, rapist, genius.
All the
And
qualities
he
you want.
was molded into this role, and he was put in positions of success, and he was elevated. He's in the club, man. He's in the fucking club in the
How
biggest
did he
way
get in the
possible.
club, though? How do you go from country bumpkin to being in the club?
You do a
I think it is that.
really
I think it's
good job
testing.
running cocaine for George H.W. Bush for a decade. That's how you get invited into the club. They make you the fucking president for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched the Barry Seal movie with Tom Cruise last week. I mean, Barry Seal was a lot fatter than that.
But otherwise, it was good.
Otherwise, it was good.
Came back from that first in Acapulco 2019 on the same flight, sitting with Freeway Rick Ross of the 1980s, George.
The real one.
Oh yeah, the real coke dealer. Yeah, he was a speaker at an Acapulco. He was super cool.
I can't even imagine doing like a fucking 2-ton coke deal with dudes with machine guns and shit. Like,
No, I'd be fucking sweat. I'd be drenched in sweat. I'd be like, "What? How the fuck I get here?" I'd be so damn nervous. I'd be like, "Damn it, man, this is dumb." Like I'd feel dumb, like going to do it. Let me look around. Oh, hey, what's going on? You got the goods? I'm like, no. Why am I here? It's like, how'd I fall into this trap? You know what I'm saying? Something went awry. There's no doubt about it. Something went awry. So are we it looks like the ceasefire is okay so far. Ceasefire?
I don't know, I think it just fell apart.
Every time I hear
Mhm,
ceasefire,
ceasefire
it just is
seems-
like gaslighting this forever.
Hey, ceasefire, 20-point plan.
Look, dude, here's the deal. You know as well as I do that these Jewish niggas are going to keep blowing shit up no matter what.
That's the truth.
Potentially.
I think that's the truth. I think that really kind of just is the truth.
But-
Now, it's requiring us to predict the future. But
Yeah,
Call me Nostradamus.
yeah,
Cory, but this is a sweet deal they're getting right here, though. With this 20-point plan, this is a sweet deal.
how so?
This gonna help. This is gonna help the Ghazians out, the native Ghazians.
There's like
how so? I mean, it's
it's gonna let them live.
Yeah, you get to live, and we're gonna rebuild the places that we blew up, and it'll be under our control. But you'll be all good.
Oh no, it'll be under the peace board's control under Trump. So way better.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when I say hard. Yeah,
The 51st
our control.
State.
State.
Or is it going to be like Puerto Rico?
Here's the problem.
Like a colony or something.
Yeah.
They know that they have to kill these people. And the reason they know that is because if they displace them, all they did was move the people away who are then going to be resentful even in later generations, and one day are going to come for their land back.
Yep.
This is how they think. And they're not wrong.
I don't think they're wrong.
No, they're not wrong. But they deserve to be fucking... The Israelis are the ones who deserve to get their fucking asses handed to them. Period. Like, fuck you people. Like, all... The mental gymnastics that I have subjected to every fucking day scrolling through social media is unfucking believable. You guys been seeing the amount of propaganda? It's out of control. I've never seen propaganda in my entire life as bad as it is now. And it's not even American propaganda.
Oh, okay.
Never, dude.
Well, I guess it's a lot more accessible now.
They knew propaganda back in the day was remember those posters like to join the Navy, and they would have them like Uncle Sam choking a Chinese guy, and the Chinese guy was like a very Chinese, right? Like the most racist, fucking overt shit.
Yeah.
And that the government knew that you knew it was propaganda. Today they try to trick you. So
yeah,
and that brings us back to the Smith Modernization Act again. But I've read through the language on that, and the language on that is.
You said it didn't look like it had like major teeth.
It didn't look like it had major teeth because it was allowing propaganda that's used externally in other countries, but there was still like time limits on it. It was still had to be X amount of, I think it was like 10 years old and stuff like that. They had to basically they were allowed to recycle old propaganda. That's what I got out of it. Not that they could just make shit up today. It had to be. It was specifically, but I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, then someone can correct me. Please do.
If they're allowed, let's just say that you're right. That they're allowed to recycle old propaganda. It's not too big of a stretch to assume that they're going to figure out how to manipulate that.
Right. Yes.
And wind up just using it for. Maybe they'll just run a new concept through an old idea, and then next thing you know, here's the, technicality. I just don't think they're going to. I don't think there's any limit to the amount of lies that they will tell, the type of lies that they will tell, whether they. Yeah, I don't think they give a shit anymore. Like the mask is off.
Ranger Vault said that Israel said 2 IDF soldiers were murdered and launched an attack into Gaza. I don't know. I didn't see that anywhere.
That was just today. That's why I
said
I think
this is what I've heard about that. What I've heard about that is that what they're saying is completely false, and that it was those 2 guys might have been soldiers who've been killed, but it was actually private contractors who were in there who were bulldozing houses in Rafah in violation of the ceasefire, who got blown up by their own ordinances that were buried in the rubble.
That's
and
awesome.
so it is awesome. I love it.
Feasible as well. Have you seen the video of the guy who stops his car? Somebody's in the car is filming him. He runs out to see this Palestinian flag that's kind of up the hill, like 30 yards up the hill. And whoever is in the car is waiting for him and filming him. And he walks up to the flag like he's going to stomp on it. And as soon as he gets there, it just blows him up. It was a really angry Israeli that was determined to rip down that Palestinian flag. And he just gets blown to smithereens. Doing it.
Sounds terrible.
I want to say never in the history of the world could I imagine something like this ever having happened, but you know, we were warned by Uncle H like 100 fucking years ago. So
Uncle H. Should tattoo
you
that
were
on your
warned.
chest.
Heed the warning. So I mean, so we got a ceasefire there. So when's the ceasefire coming for the Ukraine and Russia? When they getting on board?
As soon as Russia finishes wiping out Ukraine, it'll be
right. Over. As soon as Ukraine does exactly what Russia asks them to do, demands of them to do,
which I'm okay with. Okay. I think that's how it should be.
I agree. I am not on team Ukraine on this. You guys got yourselves manipulated by the West, by the British, for a long, long time. You've been a real, outlaw state, known for being super corrupt. Like,
and just murdering and raping.
You're not Switzerland. You weren't minding your own business and then got invaded. You were fucking with those people for years and years and years. You'd killed like 20,000 of them.
Nobody gives a shit about that genocide. Like, nobody gives a fuck. If you bring it up, people are like, I don't know, but Palestine. And I'm like, not against paying attention to Palestine, but I always wonder why people don't give a fuck about any of the other genocides.
There's so many others. Yeah.
Ukraine and Russia is an actual war with two armies. So I don't know if genocide would ever apply in that.
But before that, they were fucking with those people and leaving depleted uranium
before
and
that,
torturing them. Yeah.
In that region, there was, and that was all being financed by the West. That was
you have a whole fucking region of people who speak Russian only, and then you ban Russian. It's like, go fuck yourself.
This is what we do. We redraw map boundaries to intentionally inflame groups. It's like if you're normally all over there on the west side, and normally the other one's all over there on the east side, you could draw a line right in the middle and easily keep them both divided. That's not what we do. We draw a line the other way and make sure that we've got a little of both in both countries so that there's constant tension in there, because the fucking boundaries are incompatible with the ethnic boundaries. It's like we've drawn the line this way when it should go this way. And so it's always wonky. And that's like Iraq is a perfect example of that. Like, if you let them draw the boundaries so that they, in an effort to make sure that there was peace and that everybody had sort of their area, you could do it. And it would just, the map would look totally different. But of course, that's not in the interest of the military industrial complex. So,
yep. Yeah. It's the same in almost every country. You could just do that, easily give everybody their little slice and everybody can just leave each other alone.
And that's
it's like those gerrymandering maps where they just like draw a line through the whole state and it just like doesn't even make sense. And you're like, what the fuck, you assholes?
That's one version of it. Or there's the inventing of a brand new state out of nothing, like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Where you just go, that family is going to be in charge of this area now. And we're going to take the oil because we've got a good deal with them. And that's just how it's going to be. And everyone goes, okay.
Well, Saudi Arabia is just like, they just buying shit and creating leagues. It's almost like they're bored. Like they bought EA Sports for like $55 billion. Didn't they do the Live golf? Wasn't that Saudi money?
Yeah,
it's just like them niggas is bored out there. Them saying niggas is bored. They're like,
so they've got that public investment fund, and it's their Saudi sovereign wealth fund, and they're mission is to diversify out of oil and gas into something else. And so they're the ones that do all that crazy shit, like finance, sport wash their reputation by financing Formula One and signing Ronaldo, and you know what I mean. Just signing, bringing people in at the tail end of their career to play soccer there, and flying all the comedians in recently.
yeah.
You know, for that public whitewashing of the reputation. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I'd think something's going down, like something's coming up that's going to have Saudi involvement. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Pretty dark and evil place.
I mean, what do you think that could be?
False flag, Israel, something. I don't know. Something involving them.
The Saudi kind of stays
in
clean,
US,
don't they? Like
in the U.S.,
like they don't really get involved in a bunch of shit, like
intelligence-wise, they do. Finance-wise, they do.
Okay.
They do through like their partners, like Bandar Bush, who is their head of intelligence for the Saudis for fucking, I don't know, 20 plus years. It's not his real name, Bandar Bush, but that's his joking name because he was adopted by the Bush family because he spent so much time with them. So like they have influence, you know, they're players in that region because of they've got so much money, and their strategic place. If you're going to launch World War III in the Middle East, you have to, and you're the US, you have to have Saudi Arabia on board. You have to launch out of there. You have too many bases there, because if you don't have their approval, you've got to get their approval, which means you've got to get them in a fucking bind and then leverage them into it. So,
hey, you could just tell them that oil is starting to dry up. There ain't no more dinosaur bones out there. That's what you could tell them. Yeah, man. The fossil fuels, you know, the whole fossil fuel deal.
Totally
but
real.
so we think that no, there's going to be a no-go on the Ukraine-Russia ceasefire. That's a no-go. That's what I'm hearing.
Just blow up Zelensky already.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason he hasn't done it is for public appeal. He doesn't want to look like that guy to the world.
Isn't it?
But it's getting to a point where he could have ended this shit a long time ago just by taking that motherfucker out. They would have the whole government structure would have crumbled.
Maybe it's time to hit the nightclubs on a Saturday night. You know what I mean? Not. I don't mean hit the nightclubs like go out dancing. I mean, if you're Putin, you say party's over, and you put a couple rockets through there to show what's what on a Saturday night when everybody's out in the, because you see these videos and you're like, oh man, like they're kind of rubbing it in.
Yeah.
Taking all this Western money, abducting these poor bastards on the street, making them fight, taking people with Down syndrome, giving them uniforms and guns, and telling them to go shit. Fuck that. What are you doing? And then you have the audacity to be getting bottle service at some fucking nightclub. Like when Putin decides he's going to turn off the music, I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Get your little bottle service. I don't see why not.
Disrespectful, man. At that time, bad optics. Really,
hey, look,
really tough look.
Optics be damned. I got to get my drink on. I got to rub some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, optics be damned.
He's so tiny.
On the winning side.
He's so tiny. I don't even know how he gets anything done. You see him standing next to Trump, and he's like half the size. Like he's just like this tiny little doll.
He's like a personling.
Oh, did you see Trump shaking Macron's hand?
He's a little half person too.
Yeah, he's just like wouldn't let him go. He's like shoving him around.
I love this guy.
So amazing. Macron seriously, just like you can tell he's like, dude, stop it. And you can tell he's like, no, I fucking won't. Watch.
His wife has a cock.
So what's the deal? Is that been confirmed in any way?
What?
What, the cock? The alleged cock?
I mean,
I
the
don't know if it's
evidence
been
looks
confirmed.
bad.
They need to
Why don't the brothers
get
take him out?
her on the witness stand and have her pull that thing out.
Oh, the
Those
Macron's lady.
pictures, the pictures of his brother. It's supposed to be her brother, but where's the brother? Is he dead or something?
Yeah, we never found out, right? Because that's the story, is that she just took the brother. Wait, the brother took the sister's fucking identity
Something
then
like that.
pretended
But
to be a woman?
was there ever a sister? Yeah, that's the thing. And is he dead?
Bridget.
I don't know.
And then she was also a pedophile,
Yeah, I'm not
right?
sure.
She's his. What do you call the person who abuses you? Anyway,
So his name
Rapist.
is supposed to be Michael
His-
Jean-Michel Trugno. It's supposed to be the brother's name.
and like the
and-
facial points like match him better than the daughter, whoever the daughter was. Bridget, I guess.
Whoa! I
Something
type in.
not womanly
the-
about that, the way that thing walks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, he's got a
There's
website.
something not manly about it either. It's
Yeah.
very. It looks like somebody who broke their back or something and is learning to walk again or something. She's very rickety looking and unstable and weird and I mean not ladylike at all. I know. They come in all shapes and sizes. I get
And
it. But
it gets hard when women get older, especially when they're like gray and they're like older, like a lot of times they get more masculine looking. And so I get really sad all the like transvestigations that are like, look, that's clearly a man. I'm like, I think that's just an old lady, dude.
it's
Like,
just an old lady. That's just a
Yeah.
really ugly old lady.
right? But some of them I'm like,
Damn.
Pink does look like a man. Pink's hip lines and shit are
Some
like
little old
very
ladies
masculine.
are cute. Some old ladies are really ugly. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
I'm going to share
Let's be
screen,
fair.
Lindsay.
Let's be fair.
So this is hilarious to me. You got to read this first fucking comment on this thing.
Yes, see?
It says, "No, not the same person. Totally different glasses."
Damn. There it is. The glasses don't fit. You must have quit, right?
I mean, they're
Well,
like,
see, they can do surgeries today. I mean, she's an elite cunt, right? So she can do all the surgeries, and like that nose looks like it's been surgeryized.
yeah, or some weight was lost and collagen was lost, like over time.
Probably all that. Yeah, probably all
Yeah.
the above. Yeah.
It looks like a brother to me.
But like, where is he? Why don't he has to show up at court?
Oh, he
That's
does?
the bottom line. I would say so.
Oh, yeah.
If you're saying you got a brother, where the fuck is he?
Oh, this is like a great movie. This feels like a Monty Python movie or something.
It's the
Fish called
Candace
Wanda.
Owens show.
So the funny thing is that like the Macrons said that they were going to prove that she's a woman by presenting photographs in court.
That's not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to take your pants off and show us what you're working
Yeah.
with, lady.
Right.
Well, she might have a $10 million puss attached to that thing right now. So I mean, showing it right now might not.
You
But,
listen. You do a
Does a neo
simultaneous
vagina
deal with
ever look
Penthouse.
like a vagina?
You do a deal with Penthouse. If it turns out she's a chick, you got a built-in deal with Penthouse for $10 million. Turns out you're a dude, though.
You still have a deal
You're
with
going to jail
Penthouse.
for rape.
People are gonna look either way, so just
That's
deal with
what if
Penthouse, done.
What if Candace
of
Owens'
different-
team like steals her drinking glass or something when she's done with it and DNA tests?
Let's
it or
do a
something?
DNA test. Yes, can we do that?
But it has to be done in court.
Oh,
I don't. It splits
Oh,
it and
here
it
we
leaves
go.
that court. I don't believe the results anymore.
here we
Yes,
go.
we
We got this right here, Corey. This is what we got right here. Grab a pussy, Corey. There it is.
For
When
real.
Trump, we get Trump. Hey, we get Trump to do this one. Grab her right by the pussy. All right, Trump. Here you go. Time to shine. Get out there and do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
You tell us. Do the investigation.
Hey, all of this is alleged. She's alleged, Dick. We ain't saying that she's got one. This is just alleged. You know, an alleged
Allegedly.
phallus.
They're gay. Why
Yeah.
can't you just be a gay couple?
They
God
can be
damn,
gay.
get over
That's fine.
yourselves.
Be gay. But
I mean,
just
they're in Paris
but it's-
after all.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Rick. What's that mean?
You know, gay Paris is what they call it.
No sexual
is it?
boundaries, Paris. Essentially.
Oh, is that the way? Is that the way Paris is?
That is the way.
Everybody get
Paris
down.
is. That's like French
yeah,
culture is to have no
French
sexual boundaries.
culture.
There is a French communist film. I don't remember the name, but like I watched it when I was a communist, and it was again one of the things where I'm like, I don't want to be a communist anymore, because like the movie is about the revolution and how you should like bend all boundaries and not be like tied down by what was, and so a brother and a sister fuck. And I'm like, what the fuck is this movie about, dude? Like, what
I'm
the fuck?
fine with
And
there
what's
being
weird
some
is
boundaries.
you
Jew shit
always
right there.
find pedophile and incest shit hidden at the base of all of these fucking movements. So if you look at the Green Party movement, the history of the Green Party movement goes back to like, I forget where in Europe, but I think Germany. And it's all a bunch of fucking pedophiles who then get into like environmentalism. And so there's all this like pedophile shit tied into the Green Party too. And I'm like, so like communism has all these like incestual pedophile sort of shit tied into it. The Green Party does. Like most leftist shit somehow comes back to pedophilia somehow.
Because they're
even if you didn't want it to.
weirdos. They've found a group of like-minded psychopaths and kooks that are into children and authoritarianism and all this shit.
Dude,
I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if y'all seen this guy before, but was it To Catch a Predator? Chris Hansen. I think he's went off on his own.
He's in the intro to my podcast.
Yeah, he's
I'm
went off
Chris
on his
Hansen.
own because he did have a show on TV, but then he's went off on his own. But the shit is hilarious. He's sitting there reading to these people. They'll have a girl in there. Now the girl's of age, but they pretend that she's underage or whatever. And busts up in there. the one guy's like, "Hey, yeah, man, I was getting ready to leave. It's like you were naked though." It's like,
It's just
yeah, I was
about
thinking about putting my
she
clothes back
shouldn't-
on.
I came over to tell her she shouldn't be talking to guys online.
I wanted to
there
do
you
it
go.
That was a bad
naked.
idea.
Yeah, the guy was like, "Yeah, I thought there was a 15-year-old girl in trouble, so I came by to see what was going on." I was like, "Oh, that's what you did." They said, "Well, what about this message?" He said, "You said you were gonna fuck her good." It's like, you said you had a big dick. It's like, shit. Does that sound familiar? It's like,
I wanted her to know how pedophiles talk. That's all.
yeah. This is how they coerce you. Look, I've never understood that. It's like, that's the type of sexy time talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you would be like a little bit more vague with your approach, not like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come fuck you good." It's just like,
But I think that's
okay,
why they
like,
choose kids, is because they suck at having relationships, talking, and having sex. So like,
Maybe.
they're like, well, a kid
maybe.
won't know better.
Yeah, like that's the worst thing if you build somebody up, they're like, okay, they will come through and do some damage, and then like you do no damage.
You have to
Yeah,
also
you
remember you're dealing with somebody who's, first of all, a pedophile, who's probably either dangerous high IQ psychopathic pedophile or a dangerously low IQ psychopathic pedophile.
Yep. Not the smartest.
Well, but this shit is so good to me when he's sitting there and he just goes through and starts reading the messages that they sent. I mean,
I want to do your blank.
It's just like, yeah. It's like, you said right here to her that I'm gonna eat your ass. He just starts looking down. It's just like, dude, why are you typing this, man? It's just like
they're broken.
Look,
they're just fucked up.
Don't leave evidence.
Here's what the deal is. Because look, grown folks get in trouble with this. Now, this isn't just for grown people trying to mess with a child. Grown folks with grown folks. You seen this in the case recently with Shannon Sharp. Text messaging stuff, man. These people out here are holding on to this shit for a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? They hold right on to it for a rainy day. So you need to stop sending crazy shit via text. That's just all there is to it. Yeah, I mean, you need to quit it.
You shouldn't have to say that to Shannon Sharp, who played for 15 years in the NFL and has been in broadcasting
Hall of
for another 10
Famer.
years. He's I mean, you shouldn't have to explain that to him at this stage in his life.
It would be hard.
You wouldn't have to.
It'd be hard to have power and money and fame and notoriety or whatever, because like you would never ever know if someone was actually trying to be your friend or if they're just a piece of shit who's hoping to catch you in some fucking shit and take all your money and your power away.
That's what I would assume they are.
Yeah, you'd have to assume that about everyone, and so you would just be so lonely. How lonely?
Yep.
I had I got to tell you this really funny story. I'll leave the guy's name out of it for reasons. But when I was working the year I worked in spring training for pro baseball team, I was friends with one of the guys in the clubhouse, one of the players, and he gave me his keys, and he said, "Hey, will you do me a favor? Will you take my girlfriend and take my car? My girlfriend's in the car with her suitcase and luggage. Just take her to the airport, drop her off, come back, park the car, give me the keys." I said, "I can do that." So I go out there, take his car, introduce myself to his girlfriend, take the car, drive her to the airport, drop her off, come back in, give him the keys. He goes, "She suck your dick?" And I go, "Absolutely not." He goes, "Why not?"
Why not?
And I go, wait, what? Hang on a second.
Supposed to happen?
Was I supposed to? He goes, what? He goes, "I could have had anybody take her." And I go,
"Just trying to hook you up."
He goes, "Man," he goes, "you got a lot to learn." And I was like, "Okay.
Wow.
Thank you, I guess."
I guess.
Yeah, but don't you think you might? I mean, you might want to let me know in advance. It's like, look.
Thanks for thinking of it. I mean, it was very. I think it was very nice of him to offer me
some services,
a blowjob from his girlfriend for driving her to the airport. The problem is, I didn't know that was the arrangement, and I don't think I could be clear. I don't think that was the arrangement, but he thought maybe I should make that the arrangement, which I was not going to do that. The idea, he was like 6'5" and would literally murder me.
Said he eat me. He said he
was so disappointed in me. It was written on his face. He couldn't fake it. It was just like,
yeah, but at the same time, you're like, man, don't you think?
I said, "Hey, listen, if I'm wrong,
let me know something in advance."
Like, hey, what if if I do that and I'm wrong? I mean, that's a miscalculation.
Yeah.
Not just the end of my job. It might be the end of my life.
Yeah. If you're into crazy stuff, kind of let me know up front you into crazy stuff. Like, don't let me find out on the back end.
Now, if in the future he had said to me, "I need you to take my girlfriend to the airport," wink, hand me the keys, then I would know what that meant.
Got you.
That'd be a different story. But I never got that far. I never wound up working that far.
They said, look, I'm not driving her nowhere ever again. Okay, this shit seems shady. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh yeah, you can do it. And like niggas is rubbing their hands in the background. They're like, go on and fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Go and make it.
He could have been walking me into a real trap.
Yeah, because here's the real question: does she know this? You know what I'm saying?
Well, and like, why? I never understand girls who just like give blowjobs. I'm like, what are you getting out of this? Like, why is this the thing you want for yourself? You just love to like suck cock and drink cum? Like, that's your goal in life? You don't want to cum yourself? That's not part of the arrangement for you.
A girl to shoot for.
What?
It could be worse things for a girl to shoot for. That's what he said.
I guess I've never understood it. It's almost always also like slightly less attractive or much larger girls, and so I think it's just like this is the only attention they can get, and then I just get sad. I'm like, oh god, you guys have to do better for yourselves.
No. If it's a fat white girl, she can find her a Negro. There's a Negro out there for her. I'm trying to tell you, but
like
a Negro love him a fat white girl. I mean, they'll tear them down, tear them to pieces.
But isn't
I'm trying to tell you, it's real.
Isn't it mostly around like tax season though? Like that's what I heard.
No, but no.
It's all year.
Whenever I see a really big white girl, I'm looking to see where the black dude's at, and he's usually somewhere nearby. There's some
Why?
black
he's
dude.
skinny too. He's a skinny white
Yeah,
guy.
He's always
Or
skinny.
skinny black guy
Yes.
in a big white
Yep.
girl. Yeah, that's a weird combo, but there's something there. It works.
Yeah.
It works
works.
out. So
Good for
really
them,
big
man.
white girls, you don't have to be alone. You just got to find you a
You
skinny
can find
Negro.
you can find a skinny black gentleman who will smoke Newports and wear a wife beater.
So weird.
And he'll beat you down. He probably got
He'll
damn
beat
10
the
inches
shit out of you
on
every now and then, but you probably had it coming.
Yeah, this is true. What you do to set them off? Isn't that the question that always comes up? Well, what'd you do?
What'd you say to him?
Yeah,
To set
and
him off?
sometimes you need to ask. Okay, sometimes you do need to ask.
Listen, as a bartender, as somebody who bartended long enough, sometimes you do need to ask what set him off. Yeah, sometimes that is an appropriate question because it's like she was talking some madness to this guy.
Yeah, what did old Bill Burr say?
Before he dumped his Jack and Coke on her head.
Yeah, Bill Burr said, I'm not going to say that there's no reason why you shouldn't hit a woman, but you just shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of reasons to hit. He said, but you shouldn't do it. He said, but the reasons are endless. But that's what I said. That's why I go back into that agency. Like a woman can go up and she can go for the lowest of blows on you, talk mad crash shit to you, and you're supposed to sit there and take that shit. Because if you raise your voice, if you punch the wall, if you stomp out, if you slam the door and the pitcher falls down, abusive. But she can lay into you, dog. I mean, just some of the low down shit that she knows about you, some shit you told her in confidence, she'll bring it up and she will damn hang you with
You
it.
got to go into a
And you're supposed to
meditative
take it.
state and like astrally project yourself into another dimension while that shit's going down. I was I don't want to talk about the details of it, but I was in a situation where that was happening to me, where I was getting berated, and I was just like, I was like summoning every ounce of energy in my body to like, I was like, I just want to come up and just start screaming, shut the fuck up. But I had to just sit there and take it, and
Yeah,
man,
because
that was
tension
tough.
builds up. Tension builds up. It builds up right around the back of your shoulders, and it resonates right down to your fist. And before you know it, your fist to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's man's tendency to go just like that. It's like, all right, so I mean, this is where
Yeah.
we came to. You know what I'm saying? So you got the shoulders back, take a breath.
No.
I need to get the fuck out of here. You know
Well,
what I'm
because women
saying?
will hit men too because they know like
Mhm.
men can't hit them back. So then they'll be sitting there like beating on them, and I'm like, well, now you should be allowed to hit her back. Like, what the fuck? You
I think
can't
a lot
use
of
your
women in
female
jail.
privilege against people like
You've put
this.
them in jail. You've put them in jail.
Oh yeah,
Cory, for
I'll tell you, the vast majority of domestic violence is women hitting men because they're like, he's big, he can take it, or whatever their excuse they have at the time.
So fucked up.
So
Yeah,
you
and
put
people
hands
don't
on
talk
people,
about
you
that.
go to jail. That's how it goes.
People only talk about abusive men, how bad men is, toxic masculinity, and nobody talks about the women.
I've never
Women are
seen battered
perfect.
wife
Yeah, no
syndrome in
shit.
my life. Don't think it
I
exists.
can't.
Oh,
I
where you
can't say
like go
that I
back?
have.
Well, no, I've been the battered wife. It exists. I went back. The
Okay.
guy
Well, they don't call
choked
the
me.
cops. The real ones
I
don't
called
call
the cops. So this is what happened. He choked me until I passed out. I had broken blood vessels in my eyes, and his dog is actually the reason why he got off of me. So his dog maybe saved my life. Called the police. Police came. He got taken to jail. I left. Then all of my like stupid, unhealed, guilt-ridden, like codependent bullshit started in my head, and I was like, "Oh no, it's not his fault. I was being mean ahead of time, and like he needed to choke me for some reason, and like blah blah blah." And I convinced myself that he was actually not in the wrong. And then I went to wherever, the court or whoever, and I wrote a whole statement out about how he actually wasn't bad and da da da. I don't even know how I convinced them, and that's in the fucking court system somewhere in Washington State, is me being like, no, it was my fault. And then I was with him again. I went and moved back in with him. So eventually I left or whatever, but I've seen it, I've done it. And before that, I was like, women who do that are fucking retarded. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? And then I did it. So I'm
Yeah.
retarded, I guess. But there's all kinds of reasons, I guess. Most of them are emotional, psychological, that I hadn't healed yet, but also it was economic. I was like, man, what am I going to do if I don't live with him? Like, how am I going to afford rent? And where am I going to, I work at this place. I need to be close by. Like, he lives there. Like, and so that, I know that was at least a large part of it in my reasoning, but it's not the reasoning I let myself pay attention to. Right. Cause I don't want to be the person who's with a person for economic reasons or whatever. So I like lied to myself about that too. Right. All of this shit I eventually healed in therapy, but it exists for sure. I fucking did it. Disgusted myself.
Yeah, but the economic part is a very reasonable, excuse for not doing
factor.
it.
Yeah, it's a huge factor.
I could have.
It's a huge factor.
I could have lived somewhere else though. Like I wasn't like I had a job, I had a car, like I wasn't like destitute. Right. I think it is a bigger factor for people who don't have those things going on for sure. But I just wanted to not pay more money than I was paying there. I was really cheap rent.
If you're a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids who doesn't have a job, and then you have to leave, and then you have to go get a job, that's economic. Like you're making a calculation like we will be on the street within 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, how am I going to feed
a hotel for 2 weeks and then we're done. I got to go someplace where he doesn't find me and then find a job miraculously and get on the payroll and then get that money and not wind up. Like you got to make a calculation. And that's
when you say get that money, like you need to get it needs to be like some legit money. Like it can't be no bullshit.
Because if you miscalculate and half-ass it and have to go back, I would imagine the beatings don't get any better in a situation like that, and then maybe it just comes to a total end at some point,
Yep.
real badly. So I don't know, man. It's a tough situation.
Yeah.
They
need to bring back insane asylums all over the U.S. That's for damn sure.
That is seriously
Start putting people away. Start cleaning things up. Things are chaotic.
If you can walk down the streets and just find, did you hear about this? This is in LA, I think. They walked out. No, it was in Portland, fucking Oregon, where they're the most compassionate people ever. There's a fucking dead guy on the road for so long. How long does it take for rigor mortis to set in to where your body gets completely stiff? Huh?
Couple hours.
I don't know.
No, it was days. He was on the street for days. And it was days and days went by and people just walked by the same guy every day. Busy street. It's not like he was off somewhere. He was just right in the middle of the fucking sidewalk dead for days before someone finally did anything about it.
They thought it was
rotting fucking corpses on the goddamn street.
Maybe they thought he was asleep though, Lindsay.
He was like
they thought he was napping.
He was like this. Like, he was fucking like
he doing the monster mash out there. Doing Thriller.
For real.
After rigor passes, they go back to being soft again, and then they start to bloat and like.
Oh God.
I'll never forget this. We were there was this new guy who had not worked a dead body before, and this big fat guy had burst. Like his stomach had burst. And when he went to pick him up, he grabbed him by the hands. The skin slipped off the hands like gloves.
I would be out of that job immediately.
I could never do that.
Last time I ever put on that.
And it's like, well, that didn't work out at all.
I'd like burn this house down, leave him there. We're done.
I'm out. I quit.
Yep.
That's
some
rough shit right there. Ain't no doubt about that.
Jesus Christ. But these people talk about how compassionate they are. We got to not prosecute anyone for anything. We got to not put them into mental asylums. We got to not do shit and whatever and just let them live their shitty, horrifying lives. And that's compassionate, but they'll walk right by dead bodies of every fucking day. Like, you're not a compassionate person, dude. You're just a weak piece of shit who doesn't have the stomach to have enough boundaries to take care of fucking people's insanity. You assholes.
They might have thought he was like one of them, like them Hindis who puts the arm in the air for 40 years.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, yeah, one of them cats.
They're just being tolerant.
Can't we give them some grace?
No,
they won't. Sure, they were unsure. They were uncertain. Uncertainty.
What if they just put walls around Portland and made that the camp?
Yes, but it's such a pretty place. It's such a beautiful city. Like, we need to reclaim it because it's too good to let them have it.
It's already too far gone.
Burn it to the ground.
So we get pretty close to the end. Hey, did anybody get their YouTube channel back?
I did. Dude,
They
it
gave
took
me
me a
mine.
while.
Chris
It took
got
me
his back.
a minute. I just well, because I've appealed this like 17 times in the past 4 years or however long it's been gone. And so when I'd go into my YouTube, it would just give me this screen that says, yes, we've already reviewed it, and then we found that you broke the rules, so fucking get out of here, basically. And I like, there was no other buttons to push or anything you could do, but Micah Dank sent me like a link to some other fucking thing that somehow worked. And I got so first I appealed and they gave me back a channel I didn't even know I had with 26 subscribers. And I was like, what is this channel? I've got all these videos. I don't even know who put them here, like how this even exists. So then I was like, no, can you give me back my actual channel? Same fucking email address, same fucking title. And then they did. So so somehow it worked. And now I have my meager 4.9 thousand channel back, which should be much bigger than that, but isn't. But oh well, I guess it's at least something. And I'm still really bitter about it. Because fuck those people.
No, you know why you got it, because it's 2 weeks ago? I think me and Cory spoke about this on the Beyond the Cube, but they had put out that they were going to be giving people's channels back. So like, I just clicked on my email, because usually when I clicked on it, it would say, hey, you can't access this, and it just had a pill up there. I just clicked the pill, and I was like, the community guidelines were BS. It said give a description of why you should get it back.
Yeah.
Community guidelines at the time was BS. And it's just like 30 minutes later, like, all right, cool, here you go.
Yeah. I was like,
and I'm
because
just
you
like,
canceled me for my politics, that's why I should have it back. That's all I said.
Mine was 14
but I was
days
just like,
later.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was like instantaneous for me. But then I was like, so what the fuck I do with this?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I went live on it, and already there were people popping up in the chat, and they're like, I didn't know you still were around. I was like, I fucking hate all of life. Like, God damn it, dude. So for this many years, there were people who like literally didn't know I was still making content this whole time because I wasn't on fucking YouTube. But they're there, and so people are able to see my channel, I guess. But I don't have any fucking faith that they're gonna let it grow. They didn't before. Why would that change? So they're like,
You
yeah,
need to
have your
have, like,
stupid channel back, but no one's gonna see it, and it's not gonna grow. So like,
you need videos on like how to cut your hair and like what's new in music and you know that kind
dude,
of
and
stuff.
just like show a little tits and ass somehow. Like,
yeah,
just
that's what
almost.
you got to have your shirt cut real low, right there around nipple, push up bra. You know what I'm saying?
And just be like
And that's
twirling
how
my
you
hair and be
started.
like, "Hi guys."
My favorite
Like
YouTube guy.
You started like that. You go out, bam.
My favorite YouTube guy is that Beard Meets Food guy who does all the eating contests. And that motherfucker will put out a video, and like an hour later, it'll have like 300,000 views. It's like,
crazy.
The fuck? That's what they want. They push you. What's weird is that like I've never looked for Chris's stuff on my TV's Roku YouTube, which is its own. Every YouTube I have is a different account, so nobody can track my shit. And without even like putting anything in about him, he started coming up in my algorithm, which was weird.
Weird. That's
it
good,
already
though.
knows.
Yeah, it's cool.
It
But
already knows. Yeah, so it was weird. I guess I'm gonna post a video up there and be like, hey niggas, I know I've been gone since 2021, but I haven't. You know, they shut me down I think it was December 21st of 2021, so just a few days before Christmas.
Like
I said, I
4
appreciate
fucking
that
years
Christmas
ago.
videos. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. I think I'm going to record one of those videos too.
Yeah. Just put it up there. Hey, I mean, y'all remember me? Like, I'd never actually left. I was just
That's what I did.
Because it still
I
says
did a
I've got
little live
1,000
stream.
followers or whatever, or 1,100 followers or whatever. I was
So
like,
are
okay.
they letting you monetize again already? Because they're not letting me.
I was never monetized.
Chris has to do all the stuff again. He's got to do the 4,000 hours of viewing and all that stuff.
Oh no, no, they had denied me because they said I was hateful.
Because you were what?
Because I was hateful.
But you can't be hateful. You're black. You can't be racist.
Yeah, I know. But you see, I'm a different type of black though. I don't have my black card.
Yeah.
So that's the issue.
Revoked.
Yeah, black card revoked. That's what it looks
Rachel
like. Joe
Dolezal
Biden took
has
it from me. Joe Biden took my black card from me. Back when, you know, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I mean, he took black cards back in 2020,
and
black folks were fine with it.
Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you ain't black. What's wrong with you black men? Y'all ain't true black men. It's just like everybody just got. That's why I said. That's why I made the video about black men and their car getting revoked. It's instantaneous, boy. One slip,
And then,
that thing
and
gone.
then Ketanji, whatever, who doesn't know what women and men are, she just revoked it
Oh yeah,
again. Yeah.
yeah. So that's it.
She said you're
Like
disabled.
I can't get it back.
She thinks
Yeah.
you're retarded.
I can't get it back. So it's like, yeah, but now I got all these. Now I got 3 channels on YouTube, and I'm like, fuck. I got all this shit now. I don't need all this shit now. I mean,
So stupid.
but I guess I'll post something up there because the folks might be like, "Oh shit, there he goes."
Might as
Damn,
well.
because it still says there's 1,100 people subscribed. I'm like, how are people still subscribed when I was gone?
Yeah.
But that lets you know you were never gone. It was always there.
Oh,
They
You were
just hit a button to cut it off. Yeah.
and they took away all my playlists. I had all these super well crafted playlists of like the weirdest, wildest shit from like Freeman Fly and Bill Cooper and just like crazy ass shit, and it's all just gone. No playlist. I'm like,
Aw,
why?
that
Why did you
sucks.
delete my playlist, you stupid pieces of shit? I fucking hate you. I'm so
Yeah,
angry.
it's
at them.
irritating.
It's
It's
so frustrating.
irritating. Hey,
Are
but
you?
at least my what's that?
How long were you gone?
Me?
Who, me?
Yeah, both
Or
of
4
you.
years.
4 years.
4
Yeah, I was
years.
gone 4 years.
Yeah,
Well, I guess I
2021.
looked. I think I was gone. It said one of them said 3 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
3.5.
Well, 'cause
2021 is where
you're not
everybody
quite to
got
4.
deleted.
You're like
Yeah,
3
2021.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
3.9
winter
years,
of
so they're not
death.
going to say 4 yet.
Winter of
Like,
death. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
winter of
And
death.
Yeah,
and how
winter of
many
death.
subscribers did you have, Lindsay?
4.9 thousand. This is after years of them removing tons
Yeah,
of people
yeah,
over and over and over. So absolutely no doubt I would have at least 100,000 subscribers if they wouldn't have fucked with me so hard before they deleted my channel. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's the official
Well,
tally.
I got mine back 6.9 thousand. Again, I haven't. Matt Raymer from Content Safe is helping me. He's running them through filters that are like that's taking a look at the back end of the videos, and it's lighting up like crazy with everything that I'm. It's like medical disinformation in my intro. Just my live ad read for my sponsors. I was getting medical disinformation flags. So so he's running it through where you can mute out words like vaccines and things like that. And you
I don't
can
give a
just
shit.
Yeah,
They can delete my fucking channel again
sanitize.
because fuck them.
No, I think no.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
Honestly, I think that they just let go of all that shit. I mean, because they just and the reason that I believe that they did is because they were like, dude, the fact that we ain't got fucking sued yet is amazing. So let's go ahead and just go ahead and let everybody
Here's the
have this
secret.
shit back.
Maybe,
Here's
yeah.
the secret. Throughout the entire duration of the show, you have to have Yiddish music playing slightly in the background.
Damn,
and
nigga. You
it
see
will
what I'm
Have an
saying?
bypass all
Israeli
them filters.
flag.
Guys, we appreciate y'all for being up with us on this episode of Day Zero. We're going to go around a round table. Nigga talking about Yiddish music. Lindsay, what you got going on for the people? You got your YouTube channel back, so I mean, maybe you put something up there. Let them know what
Yeah,
you got.
go to Rogue Ways on YouTube. It's YouTube/C/Rogue Ways or at Rogue Ways. Even though I'm Rogue Soul now, I'm keeping that channel name because I don't want to make all the old links not work. So you can go there and become a subscriber and help support my journey to reemerge onto YouTube. I've got a fun show coming out tomorrow on, oh wait, I just already did that one. I forget what, but it's really cool. So I'm sure you'll enjoy that. And then you can find everything I do on roguesoul.org.
Yep. If you need a spiritual awakening, she's got you as well, okay? She is the spiritual one. Charlie, Immaculate, let them know.
Macroaggressions.io is what's going on. Activistpost.com, naturalblaze.com. Check it out. That's what we're doing. You can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. Sign up for the Activist Post newsletter. Go get into an article over there. Down at the bottom, there's a place you can sign up for the newsletter. Our newsletters
subscribe
are
to
good.
his YouTube if you haven't yet.
Yeah, and subscribe to my YouTube.
Go get on
If you
YouTube.
find one that's got 6,900 videos and the last ones are from like 3 or 4 years ago, that's it. It's going to have videos, but Matt Raymer is going to do it nice and slow so that it like doesn't overwhelm the system. I'm gonna let him drive on that.
No women. The powerful one, I've got him covered. BloodyHistory.substack.com, CoryHughes.org, Warner from History, JFK book, and we got Lee Harvey Oswald in black and white. We got a volume 2 coming out early 2026. Of course, you know me at SQ420, SQ420.com. We appreciate everyone being here for this episode of Day 0, 207. We'll see y'all on 208.